Hello everyone, it's Amanda Bach from Boxstar Stamping. Pull up my iPad here. Hope you all are doing fabulous. Happy August. It's hard to believe that it is August, but it is. All right, looks like I have my comments up. Okay, so if you're going to join me tonight, that would be wonderful. Be sure to say hello so I can say hello back to you. And, oh, hey Kathy. So tonight, lots to share. First of all, I'm going to share my cards that I've made for the week like I always do. Then I'm going to share some stuff that I bought with the January 21st sale. And then I'm going to create tonight coloring on vellum. Beautiful project that I can't wait to share with you. So actually, let's start with things I bought that I haven't even used most of them. Very best occasions. I thought it was a terrific stamp set, and I can use it for Christmas. I can use it for thinking of you, birthday, all kinds of stuff. That was one of the stamp sets I got back on July 21st. Oh, this is the August host code. If you're going to place an order in August, first of all, be sure to select Amanda Bach, hey Betty, as your demonstrator, but then also use that host code. Okay, by my side, I've been wanting this since it came out in last year's annual catalog, but I didn't have it because, you know, I love me some dogs and I love me some birds. So I just didn't have it yet, but now I do. So I can't wait to make some cards with this. I haven't, did I use it yet? No, I have not used it yet. Big, bold sentiments. Love that too. So I got kindest expressions. I plan on using some scraps up soon, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these big, bright, bold sentiments with that one. And then just my type. I used to have a typewriter. Well, actually, it was my dad's. He used it in college, and oh my goodness, excuse me. I used to just for fun type a bunch of stuff. I loved typewriters, so I love this one. I thought this would be a very cute stamp set to use. And again, on July 21st, stamp sets in the annual catalog were 15% off. So those are the four that I got. Okay, but I wanted to show you, throw those down there. I want to show you what else I got. I got some new Stampin' Right markers. And I want to show you the difference between the old version and the new version. So I grabbed a new one, which is the, okay, how do y'all say this? I've always heard it azure, but I've been hearing azure. I don't even know. I'm going to look it up so that I know how to pronounce that word. And then I have an old shaded spruce, an old, not really old, it's just the old style. So first of all, let's compare the bullet tips. The bullet tips I think are pretty similar. I'm sorry, the brush tips. Okay. Oh man, I love that blue. So pretty. Okay, not really a big difference there. The difference is in the smaller end. And I use the smaller end to write in cards so it matches my my card. And the old version has this white and then the pigments at the very end. And it's a pretty narrow thing. I've also found that it dries out quicker. This is awesome. The new ones have, I guess they're calling it a bullet tip, fine point tip. It is a bigger tip, and I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot more. So let's hold that up so you can see. See if it'll focus here. Focus. Okay, so you can see that it's a little bit thicker on the blue. All right, so I got, I think I just got the Brights family. So I'm going to buy a family at a time until I have them all because I still have my other ones, and you know what? They still work, so I don't want to go crazy and just buy all new ones if I don't need to. Okie dokie. And, oh, the other thing I bought, look at this. Stylish shapes. Okay, I didn't think I needed this, but then I got them, and I've been using them like crazy. So we will see some of them at use tonight. Stylish shapes. Love it. Okay, so next is a segment I like to call Cards I've Made This Week. And I did make a lot of cards since I last was on because I attended another online retreat. This time it was called Card Play, hosted by Karen Titus and the lovely Julie Heights, Deb Witt, and Holly Sutton. And Actually, she has a new last name. She just got married, but I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, I want to show you some cards from their retreat. I'm not going to show you how to make them because that's their retreat. And I believe you can maybe go back and buy old retreats. I'm not sure. But check out Julie's Facebook page, The Chirpy Card Maker of Quilts and More, if you want more info. Okay, so they use the ink and tile collection, and this is a cute fun fold. Now, if I'll be honest, this paper wasn't really me. And, crushed curry, calypso, coral, not really my cup of tea. However, I love the Lost Lagoon in here, so I did buy the paper. And it's fun to use those punches. And then look at this beautiful fun fold card. Yeah, and then it'll stand up like this. It's a double Z fold, so if you're looking up what kind of card is that, a double Z fold, okay? So you can look it up. I've made them in the past, and I just hadn't made them in a while, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to just craft along and actually make them. Super easy to make. I know it looks complicated. It's just, it's really easy. Okay, so there's the first card I made. Here's another fun fold I made using that same paper, and again, I love the Lost Lagoon, so I chose to make it kind of monochromatic. And I did use the bow punch and just stamped in different colors, added some brushed brass butterflies, and then the card opens like this and then folds out like this. So you just have a little something something to write. There you go. So it's just a very pretty, easy, fun fold card to make. The next one was inspired by Julie, and she used, I think it's called like Branches for All Season. It's in the annual catalog. I don't own that yet. So I dug out some dies that were similar. The Cherry Blossom dies that went with Forever Blossoms or something, I think they were called. Parisian Blossoms, something. Okay, I had used the stamp set a ton. I had not used the dies. So this is in Bubble Bath and Lemon Lime Twist. And I loved it. And I used an old embossing folder to create that, one of my favorites. And then I had some extra die cuts, so I stuck them on the inside. There we go. So that is my beautiful card. I love Bubble Bath. I hadn't really used it much. All right, next. Okay, the Earthen Textures Suite. Okay, this was one by Karen Titus. Just a beautiful way. These dies are actually what sold me on the entire suite and paper, and I had used it a little bit, but I thought this was a pretty layout she showed, and I liked it enough to make it. So let's see, I just did a little strip on the inside. Not pretty. This paper, I wish I could just get like this paper. It's so pretty, and the dies, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, two more to show you. Just a quick fun fold. Okay, this time with, just cut the paper off a little bit here, stamp right on the designer series paper. Sometimes I forget we can do that. Love this. And I cut the individual little leaves of this die, separate them a little bit, and then folded them in half to give it a little texture. Now, of course, if I mailed this card, yeah, it's probably going to get flattened a little bit. But for now, it sure looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay, and the last one was so much fun to make, okay? Using the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper, which has actually inspired me for tonight's project, and the Zany Zoo paper. This is a stitched shape, stylish shapes dies. We have some Tencel Gems and Lemon Lime Twist. Okay, ready? Look at that. That darling. And these stamps are from a paper pumpkin a few months ago. So I cut out all the little critters on their modes of transportation and made a card out of it. Now, where to sign? Well, on the back. Looky there. Now, why do I have those strips of blue, you ask? Okay, at first I just had this one, and then I balanced it out with this one. Because when it's folded up, this part was berry burst, and I didn't really like that all that much. So the part that I cut off right here, I just put right there. And that is my card. And it just uses a piece of 12 inch designer series paper, and you cut it at an angle and you fold it, and isn't that darling? Oh, I'm definitely going to make more like that using, you know what, using the astronaut and the star paper. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so for tonight's project, you are going to need So Very Merry. It is an online exclusive, okay? When I saw this, I knew I had to get it because I love to color. So tonight we will definitely be coloring. I'm going to be coloring on camera. Okay, no pressure, no pressure. All right, and then you're going to need a piece of vellum. So vellum is, let's see, do I even have any? Hold on. I do. I have my vellum right here. Vellum is fun to work with. It is, you know, you can see through it. It's great to stamp on, but you got to give it time to dry, okay? It's wonderful to emboss on, which is what I've gone ahead and did because I didn't want you to have to sit through embossing. If you do not know how to emboss, there are so many videos out there. Look up how to heat emboss, okay? That's what you do. So I went ahead and took the Santa Claus image and embossed it in gold. And I must say I liked it so much I did 2 of them. So after I finish this video on camera, I am going to finish the other one. I also did the angel, but I'm going to show you that at the end because that, oh, I love the way that one turned out. So this is the Santa Claus image embossed in gold. Now to color it, here's what you need to do. Turn it over. We're going to color the back side, okay? We're going to start with real red, okay? And we're going to color the Santa Claus part first. Okay, so let's take the dark, and I like to use the smaller end, and we're going to color. I like to just do kind of an outline, and it's okay if you go over in the line of the embossing because it's not going to show, okay? Okay, it looks super bright that way, right? When you turn it over, it's a little duller, and it looks more like stained glass, and it's so pretty. Okay, so that was that one, and now I'm going to do a dark, a light. I'm going to do the different reds because you know what? You've seen stained glass; they're not all the same color, so they're varying shades. So there we go. So now I'm going to take my light real red. I'm going to color this one here. And if I don't like this, because I haven't exactly done this one yet, I'll just color over in dark and no big deal. Okay, any of you like to color on vellum? Have you ever colored on vellum before? I have when we had another set that was kind of stained glassy, and I loved it. Okay, yes, there's my Santa Claus hat so far. This would probably also look very nice in cherry cobbler because this is honestly, if I'm being honest, it's a little, you know what? Let's just try it in cherry cobbler, shall we? Shall we? I don't hate this one, but I do have another one. So let's see what it looks like with cherry cobbler. I could change my mind, right? Absolutely. Boop. Okay, let's see what it looks like through the vellum. No, I still like that one better. I will finish this one later in cherry cobbler, but for now, we'll just stop there. Okay, what else of him is going to be red? Okay, see, you get to like imagine what this is with this Santa Claus. So, okay, that's his beard. That's his sack. I can see that. But what part is sack and what part is his arm? That is for us to decide. And honestly, I don't know. What is that? I don't know. That's the cool part. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. So I'm going to assume that's his sleeve. I'm going to assume that is his sleeve, this part here. So flip it over and don't forget what part that is. Okay. Because the sack, I'm going to do a different color. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and color this. Now, this stamp set does coordinate perfectly with the 2 3/8 inch punch, which is in the annual catalog. Okay, it is an online exclusive, but it does coordinate very well. So let's look at that. Okay, is there any more of it I would like to color with? I think that's his finger. That's his finger. Let's do that in black. See, I hadn't really looked at this all that much. Let's do it in basic black light. That is his glove. He's gonna have a black glove on. All right. Yes, that's him holding the sack. Okay, okay. You know what? I missed one tiny little spot. I'm just gonna go in right here. There we go. Okay, now let's color his sack, shall we? All right, let's color it. What color do we want it to be? I think I want it to be a brownish color. I'm just thinking, is 600 dark enough? One way to find out. One way to find out. One way to find out. Okay, let's look. No, let's try a little bit darker. Let's go to 500 because they get darker as the numbers get. No, I don't even like that one. 400. Let's try the 400. See, I'm just experimenting. I knew what I wanted it to look like, but I didn't have time to do a sample today. I had students. Yes. Okay, we're going to do the whole sack in this color here. And then what color should I make the background? You know what? I think I'm going to do different colors of gold and yellows as the background. Actually, you know what? Since this is all the same thing, I don't really care about the lines. And I could use my bigger tip at this point, but I've already got my little one out, so whatever. Okay. Yes. Okay. Next, let's do his face. And for his face, I think I'm going to choose 700. Okay, looky there. Oh, it's coming together. It's coming together. Yep, you'll be able to see that better when it's on white, because it's going to be on white. You know what? I am just going to go over it one more time, though, because I like that shade. I just maybe want it just a smidgen darker. Just a smidgen. Okay, now for the background. You know what? Okay, here's what else I bought. You ready for this? You're not going to believe it. I went ahead and I got a cough. I got all the wild wheat, y'all. I did it. I broke down. I got the cardstock. I got the markers. I got the ink. And I actually found the dark looks really good as yeah, kind of a rustic gold. Now, I'm not saying don't quote me on this. I am not saying I particularly love it. However, in this application that we are about to do, and you'll see in the next card too, it worked pretty well. So actually I'm going to use, this is the bigger area. So I'm going to use my wild wheat dark right here. Okay, wild wheat dark. I'm going to use my lemon lolly dark. Let's do here. So we're going to do various shades of yellows. And this one is dark daffodil. Let's do that here. Okay, I'm going to use light wild wheat here. And this is the first time I'm using this one, so that's a nice, very juicy marker. Okay, yep, I'm not going to put it on all the way because I'm going to use it again. Okay, now we're going to use the dark wild wheat. Ooh, this is a very juicy marker, which is good. Covers the vellum very nice. It is so easy to color in vellum. It is so smooth. Okay, I think that might be the last time I'm using that one. Let's use whatever this one is. Again, I'm just making this up. You make it up however you want to make it up. That's the fun of creating. Seriously though, I love it. I love it. It was even like a paint by number person or like a color by number. Like, yeah. I would always kind of make up my own thing. Always. I'm going to stick another, you know what? Let's do a light. Let's do a light. Here we go. done with our coloring. Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay, it's hard to see, so I'm gonna flip it over so you can see. It really pops once you put it on white, okay? Really pops once you put it on white. Yep. Oh, I love it. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do with it. You ready? Okay, you're going to need a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 of real red. Okay. Then you are going to take your 2 3/8 inch punch. You're going to get it down as far as you can. Center it in the paper. And punch out a hole. Okay. Then you're going to remove all your blends and get them out of the way because they're in the way. Then you are going to emboss it with an embossing folder. I chose the crosshatch one from the Basics 3-pack. Okay. And through the magic of television, ta-da! Okay, I already did it, so you don't have to sit and watch me emboss that. Okie dokie. Next, you won't see this often. You won't see this often. I have a thick basic white card base. You guys, I don't use thick basic white card bases very often. I don't know what I got all over that. Because I like color card bases, but in this application, I felt that this was the way to go. This was definitely the way to go. So I think you probably already figured out what we're going to do here. Okay. We're going to put that on the card. And then we're going to put this over it. See how that works? Yes. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okie dokie. So as you can see, it really does matter where it goes. So here's what we're going to do. With your glue, notice I've left a border on my vellum. I've left a border. I'm going to put some glue dots far away from the image. Okay, that is enough. That is enough. Okay, then I'm going to lay this over exactly how I want it. There we go. And I have just a little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to move that down just a tiny bit. There we go. Let the vellum catch on the real red. Okay, then I have a little bit sticking out over here. Not a problem. Got my snippy snips. I'll snip that puppy off. There we go. Okay, give that a good time to... Yes, okay, next. I don't know why I put my lid back on. It is glue time, baby. Okay, we're going to glue, and you'll notice I'm using the debossed side on my card. And I'm staying away from the image because you don't want glue seeping through and showing up on your beautiful colored image that you just spent a lot of time coloring. You don't want it ruined with glue. Oh, yes. And of course, we're not done yet. But so far, I think it's already pretty. So far, I think it's already quite the statement piece. Okay, let's see. Then I took the stamp from here, 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly, and I die cut it using the Something Fancy dies. This one right here, this one right here. 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. I'm going to put that down there. Now I am going to finish this one, as I said, so I will probably use ribbon on this one, so just be looking for that on my Facebook page. I will put that on there. This one I wasn't going to put ribbon on, though. I was just trying to keep it, I mean, it's not really simple, but, you know, simpler. I think anyone can do this, and of course, you know, you don't have to have a die to cut out your sentiment. You know, you don't have to have an embossing folder. This can be something that I'm hoping anyone can create using this image or something similar. Just, you know what? I challenge you, use some vellum and emboss on it. Have you ever embossed on vellum before? Do it. Game changer. Game changer. It is gorgeous. Oh, hey, Carol, you snuck on too. Didn't see you. Hi. Okay. There we go. Now that is not done because I am not done. Oh, where are they? Where are they? I remember that I had some new sentiments that I had not sentiments. Some new, what's the word I'm looking for? Here they are. Embellishments that I hadn't used yet. called Adhesive Backed Sparkle Gems. And I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? I haven't used those yet. This is more of a copper than a gold to me, so I don't want to use that. There's not, I mean, there's a little bit of black, so we're going to be using this, the silverish, kind of clearish sparkle. So I'm going to get a big one, put it up here, and there, and there. Ooh, that is sparkly. Ooh, wow. Okay, now we have to do our inside. Have to do our inside. So I've already done our inside. May your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. And that is from there it is. Whew, I put it away. There we go. The very best occasions that I just also got in the annual catalog. Very best occasions. I liked that. I thought it was fitting for a Santa one. And I stamped the bird in here. So I thought, you know what? We need to color a bird. So we're going to color a bird too. But you know what? My stamp didn't quite go to the edge with the twig. So I'm going to take my black Stampin' Right marker. And this is the old kind, so it's not the new kind. And I'm just going to finish that line. I know that's being so picky, but that's how I am. I wanted it finished. So let's color it with the Real Reds, our cardinal. And I'm going to make it probably not an actual real cardinal. So all you bird people out there, please don't judge me. Okay. Because I'm just having fun, okay? And after coloring on vellum for a few days now, coloring on paper feels a little different. Okay, we're going to do like every other bit is going to be our cardinal. Although, you know what? I don't think I'm going to color this part. We'll see. We will see. I love birds. Okay, so I'm going to make this one the light. My dog is under my feet now in case you can't hear him. Check and see what I'm doing. Sniffing everything because that's what he does. And if I'm outside for 3 minutes when I come in, you better believe I'm getting sniffed. All right, now let's do the Real Red Dark. I like to make my insides, you know, I like to make them fun. Oh, yes, I remembered. Yes, my Real Red Dark brush tip, it's seen a few days. So I do need to replace this marker. I'll just use a small end, no big deal. Yes. Oh, okay. So today, demonstrators can pre-order out of the upcoming September through December catalog. And I was up until 3 a.m. And I could have placed my order then because it's 3 a.m. my time that it went live. However, I might be waiting on my pre-order a little bit. So I'm sure I'll have one, but I need to look at, you know, the budget. So, oh, I love it. You know what I think I'm going to do with that little face? I think I'm going to color it brown. Yep. I'm gonna color it brown. Yes. Okay. And then here's what I'm gonna do with this little beak. Because the pointy tips on the Stampin' Right or the Stampin' Blend markers are a little big, I'm gonna go ahead and use my pumpkin pie because it's a new one and it'll be easier to color in that little beak. Plus, it's not such a large area that it's going to really matter, you know, if you see streaks. With these kind of markers, they don't blend together well, but I mean, for that, no big deal. Okay, now I do need some sort of green, right? So I think I'm going to use Old Olive. So I'm going to use a dark on one of them. On one side of the leaf, see how they're like, there's two parts? And I'll use the light on the other. So much fun. I love coloring. Well, it's probably not the funnest to watch me color, so sorry about that. All right. Now, we need a brown for the twig or the branch. Woo, I got like all kinds of blends out going on here tonight. Let's do the 200, I think. Hold on, let me get a scratch piece of white. There we go. This will work. I just want to see, is that too dark? No, that'll work. That'll work. And we're just going to do the whole thing in it. We're just going to do the whole thing. You know what? No, I lied. We're going to do that end in a different color. Gotta be super careful because it's not a very big part. There we go. Stay in these lines. Stay in these lines. Stay in the lines. Stay in the lines. All right. You know what? I'm going to take my bronze and do the other little bit. Okay. If any of you are local to me and you need tomatoes, my kitchen counters, I can't see them right now because there are so many tomatoes on my counter. So if you are local and you want some fresh tomatoes, please come and get them because I can't eat them all. I've been trying. I just had a whole tomato for dinner with some cottage cheese and so yummy. All right, so now it's time to put that in there and see how it bleeds through, which is why I didn't want to put it just on my card base because then that would have gone on the back. So if I know I'm going to be coloring the inside and it's a white card base, which again, I don't use very often, I always make sure I do it on an insert so that it doesn't bleed through. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love this card. Okie dokie. So probably when I finish the other one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some ribbon through here too. I just didn't have it out for tonight's. And you know what? I still love this card. I think it is gorgeous. So get your vellum out. First of all, you got to emboss on it. I did gold. You can do whatever you want. And then color on the back side with your Stampin' Blends. And you can make beautiful cards. Get that a little bit closer so you can see. And then I'm going to show you the angel one that I made. I started it last night and then I finished it this afternoon. Okay, you ready for this? I love this. This might be one of the top 3 favorite cards I've ever made. Here we go. So I used the angel image this time. And I was inspired by the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper with the paper ripping. And what I did is I took Misty Moonlight and Basic White and I embossed them and then paired them with some of the Designer Series paper from One Horse Open Sleigh. And this one's actually from Masterfully, or I'm sorry, no. It's from the Earthen one. So these two are from like the One Horse Open Sleigh one. That's from Earthen. So this is the music folder. There's a retired snowflake one and another retired snowflake one. So what I did is I punched the actual vellum out with that punch. I layered it on a white of the same size. Then I used my stylish shapes to create a gold border out of gold foil. And I used the Merry Christmas from, let me show you where that's from. It's from one of my favorite stamp sets called Brightest Glow. Oh, thank you, Linda. Yes, yes, catch the replay. I show you how to make this one, okay? And I left, there's some ruffles, and I left it like that because I think it just adds so much texture to it. So this one says, Merry Christmas. May the peace of the season light your world, and may your new year be the brightest, which I thought was appropriate for an angel one. And then, you ready for this? Okay. I used Wink of Stella on the angel. So she's extra shiny, okay? I used Wink of Stella, but just on the wild wheat. And yes, I used wild wheat. I used wild wheat. But then with this on the vellum, I thought it just added that, and it really looks like stained glass. I love stained glass. I've always wanted to learn how to make it. So anyway, those are my 2 cards using the online exclusive So Very Merry, and it coordinates with the 2 3/8 inch punch, which you can find in the annual catalog. Okay. Of course, you don't have to punch it out. You don't have to. I mean, I really didn't punch out that. I punched out the red part, but so thank you for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, my email is boxstarstamping@gmail.com. I've got a huge mess to clean up now. And let's see what else. Oh, if you earned bonus day coupons in July, don't forget to use them in August. They're only good for August. A new mini catalog comes out in September. If you are a customer of mine, you will be getting one sent to me. Or sent to you. Oh, not to me. Sent to you. And all right, well, that's all I have for tonight. So thank you all. Do you put Wink of Stella? Yes. Put Wink of Stella on the front. Sorry. Great question. Yes, I should have. Can you guys even see it? Let me if I get it real close. It isn't. Let me move my light. It is not very. The sun has gone down. So let's fight. Can I? Yeah. You can see a little bit. You can see a little bit. You can see how the angel is shinier than the rest of the part. Yeah. Yes. I loved it. And then I used like Shaded Spruce, Azure Afternoon, and Pretty Peacock for the border around it. I used Misty Moonlight in the background because I thought it coordinated with the paper very well. So a lot of fun to make this one. And, you know, if you emboss all these papers and then you just rip it and rip it and rip it, you can, you know, make 5 or 6 cards using just the one piece of paper. So anyway, all right, thank you all so much. And hopefully I will see you next week as well. All righty, bye-bye.